Summary of Rich Dad Poor Dad: What the Rich Teach Their Kids About Money That the Poor and Middle Class Do Not. Written by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Introduction. The author recounts a unique upbringing with two fathers who provided divergent financial perspectives, creating a journey of contrasting beliefs and ultimately leading to valuable insights. One father, highly educated but financially struggling, and the other, a self-made wealthy man in Hawaii, both shaped the author's views on money, success, and life. The narrative begins by establishing the academic and financial backgrounds of the two fathers. The first father is described as highly educated, holding a PhD and completing advanced studies at prestigious universities on full scholarships. Despite his academic achievements, he faced financial struggles throughout his life. The second father, less educated, never finished 8th grade but went on to become one of the richest individuals in Hawaii. This initial setup creates a compelling backdrop for the exploration of their differing viewpoints. The author reflects on the contrasting advice received from both fathers. They were successful in their respective careers, earning substantial incomes, yet their perspectives on money and life were vastly different. The richness of this dichotomy lies in the fact that both fathers were strong, charismatic, and influential. They both believed in the value of education but recommended different courses of study. A significant aspect of the narrative is the exploration of the two fathers' beliefs about money. One father viewed the love of money as the root of all evil, while the other believed the lack of money to be the root of all evil. This stark contrast in their attitudes toward wealth sets the stage for the author's critical thinking and contemplation. The author reflects on the challenges of being influenced by two strong fathers with conflicting viewpoints, especially as a young boy. Rather than accepting or rejecting one perspective outright, the author found himself contemplating the differences, fostering a habit of thinking critically and making independent choices. The divergence in their financial status at the beginning of their careers added another layer to the complexity of their contrasting viewpoints. The narrative then shifts to the observation that money is not taught in schools, and the importance of financial education becomes evident. The author argues that many people learn about money from their parents, and the lack of financial literacy contributes to issues like the national debt. The author poses questions about the future, wondering how a nation will cope when financial and medical assistance is needed by millions, especially if financial education remains neglected. The contrasting attitudes of the two fathers are further illuminated in various aspects of life. They differed in their beliefs about taxes, job security, investments, and risk-taking. The author delves into specific examples, such as one father seeing the home as an investment while the other considered it a liability. These differences not only provide a nuanced understanding of the contrasting viewpoints, but also offer readers opportunities for self-reflection. The narrative introduces the concept that thoughts shape one's life. The author emphasizes that the power of thoughts may not be measurable, but is crucial in influencing one's actions and outcomes. The contrasting affirmations of the two fathers, one saying, "I can't afford it," and the other insisting on asking, "How can I afford it?" underscore the impact of mindset on financial success. The author draws attention to the importance of mental exercise, comparing it to physical exercise. While both fathers worked hard, one had a habit of putting his brain to sleep concerning finances, while the other consistently exercised his financial acumen. This long-term difference in approach, the author suggests, led to one father growing stronger financially while the other struggled. The narrative weaves in societal perspectives on money and entitlement, with one father favoring job benefits and government support, and the other advocating for total financial self-reliance. These differing attitudes highlight broader societal debates on issues like taxation, entitlements, and the role of government in individuals' lives. The author further reflects on the impact of language and beliefs on financial outcomes. While one father attributed his financial situation to having children, the other saw his children as a motivation for financial success. The power of language is emphasized, with one father discouraging the phrase, "I can't afford it," for its negative impact on mindset. As the narrative progresses, the author shares a pivotal moment at the age of 9 when he decided to listen and learn from his rich dad about money, despite his poor dad having multiple college degrees. This decision shaped the rest of the author's life, marking the beginning of his financial education. The importance of financial education is emphasized as more powerful than money itself. The author concludes by highlighting that money is one form of power, but financial education is even more potent. The book, he notes, encapsulates 6 main lessons learned over 30 years, simplifying them into guideposts for building wealth. These lessons, though not definitive answers, are presented as tools to navigate a world of increasing change and uncertainty. In essence, the narrative serves as a testament to the impact of upbringing and beliefs on financial outcomes. The two contrasting fathers provided the author with a unique vantage point to observe and learn, ultimately leading to a journey of self-discovery and financial wisdom. The lessons shared in the book serve as a guide for readers to cultivate financial intelligence and empower themselves in navigating the complex landscape of money and success. Chapter 1. In 1956, a 9-year-old boy stood before his dad, yearning for wealth after feeling the sting of exclusion. He shared his frustration about not being invited to a classmate's beach house, which led to a conversation about the desire for financial success. Living in a sugar plantation town in Hawaii, the boy attended a public school that served both affluent families and those less fortunate. This unique setting would shape his early experiences and eventually lead him to unexpected lessons about money and life. The boy's dad, sensing his son's discontent, asked a pivotal question: "Why do you want to get rich?" The answer lay in the disparity he felt when a classmate's family flaunted their new Cadillac and beach house, making him and his friend Mike feel like outsiders. This conversation set the stage for a journey into financial education that would be guided by two contrasting father figures. The boy's dad, whom he calls his poor dad, worked for the government and held traditional views about education and employment. On the other side of the street lived Mike's dad, known as Rich Dad, a successful businessman who ran multiple businesses and seemed to possess the secret to financial prosperity. The boy's family lived on the less affluent side of town, determining his attendance at the public school shared by both social classes. Despite the initial hurt, the boy's dad encouraged him to learn the art of making money. When asked how, the dad's response was cryptic: "Use your head, son." This left the boy curious and eager to unravel the mystery of financial success. The next morning, the boy shared his dad's advice with his best friend, Mike. Both feeling like the only poor kids in their school, they decided to embark on a journey to make money. After weeks of unsuccessful attempts, they stumbled upon a unique idea inspired by a science book Mike had read. They aimed to collect used toothpaste tubes from neighbors and melt them to create lead nickels. Their entrepreneurial venture, while creative, took an unexpected turn when the narrator's dad and a friend discovered them engaged in the makeshift lead nickel production. The innocent attempt at making money turned out to be a lesson in counterfeiting. Their dreams were dashed, and they found themselves cleaning up the mess of their now-defunct business. Despite the disappointment, the boy's dad encouraged them not to give up, emphasizing the value of taking action. He acknowledged their creativity, but urged them to find legal and ethical ways to make money. This encouragement led the boys to approach Mike's dad, Rich Dad, for guidance. Rich Dad, a man of few words but profound wisdom, offered the boys an unconventional deal. He agreed to teach them about money, but insisted they work for him to accelerate the learning process. This marked the beginning of their apprenticeship under Rich Dad's tutelage. Their first job at Rich Dad's superette paid them a meager 10 cents an hour. This low wage, however, was part of Rich Dad's strategy to instill a crucial lesson about the value of money and the mindset required for financial success. The boys spent 3 hours every Saturday working under the watchful eye of Mrs. Martin, an employee at the superette. As the weeks went by, the narrator began questioning the value of his time and labor, contemplating quitting. Unbeknownst to him, Rich Dad had anticipated this and was waiting for the right moment to impart a deeper lesson about life and money. When the narrator expressed his frustration and desire to quit, Mike revealed that Rich Dad had predicted this and suggested they wait until Saturday to discuss it. The anticipation built as the narrator prepared to confront Rich Dad about his concerns. On Saturday, the narrator found himself waiting in line along with others in Mrs. Martin's living room. Rich Dad, in his characteristic manner, asked the narrator what he had learned from working for 10 cents an hour. The response, "that you're cheap," triggered a revealing conversation about the boy's perspective and the pivotal point of view that would shape his financial future. Rich Dad challenged the boy's belief that he was being exploited, emphasizing that the real problem lay in the way he perceived and approached the situation. He introduced the concept that the most significant determinant of financial success was the mindset, or the stuff between your ears. This perspective set the stage for a paradigm shift that would distinguish Rich Dad's teachings from the conventional wisdom of the boy's poor dad. The narrative unfolded as Rich Dad shared unconventional insights, teaching the boys about the importance of financial education, entrepreneurship, and the ability to adapt to life's lessons. The contrast between Rich Dad's teachings and the conventional views represented by the boy's poor dad created a dynamic backdrop for a journey into financial literacy and personal growth. Through experiential learning and real-world examples, Rich Dad demonstrated the significance of making decisions, taking risks, and learning from life's challenges. The story underscored the idea that true wealth went beyond a steady paycheck or job security. It explored the value of understanding money, investing, and cultivating a mindset geared towards opportunity and growth. As the narrative unfolded, the boy began to grasp the profound lessons Rich Dad was imparting. The teachings extended beyond the confines of a traditional education system, challenging societal norms and encouraging a shift in perspective. The boy learned that blaming external factors for financial challenges was counterproductive, and true change started with altering one's mindset and approach to life. The narrative culminated in a transformative realization: the power to change one's financial destiny resided in the ability to change oneself. Rich Dad's unconventional wisdom provided a roadmap for navigating the complex world of money, urging the boy to embrace challenges, learn from experiences, and develop the mindset required for financial success. In the end, the story painted a vivid picture of two fathers, two philosophies, and a young boy caught in the crossfire of contrasting perspectives. It unfolded as a journey into the realms of financial education, entrepreneurship, and personal growth, a journey guided by the unconventional teachings of a man known as Rich Dad.